जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। और कोई न केवन हारा है, फिर तू ही बेड़ा पार करो, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। तू चाहे तू सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। तू चाहे तू सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा, पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा। जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम। मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम। मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम। मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम। लोचन मन में जगे न हो तो, लोचन मन में जगे न हो तो, युगल चरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम। मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम। जीवन देखे जाल बिछाया, रच के माया नाच नचाया। चिंता मेरी तभी मिटेगी, चिंता बाजीहारी बाजीहारी, मेरे पास न पुण्य की पूंजी, मेरे पास न पुण्य के पूंजी, पद पूजन में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम। राम हे राम, राम हे राम, घर घर अटको, घर घर बटको, कहाँ कहाँ अपना सिर पटको, इस जीवन में मिलो न तुम तो राम हे राम, इस जीवन में मिलो न तुम तो मुझे मरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम। पिंजरे के पंछी रे, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई, पिंजरे के पंछी रे, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई। बाहर के तू खामोश रहे तू, बाहर के तू खामोश रहे तू, भीतर भीतर रोए, भीतर भीतर रोए, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई, पिंजरे के पंछी रे, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई। कह न सके तू अपनी कहानी, तेरी भी पंछी क्या जिंदगानी रे, कह न सके अपनी कहानी तेरी भी पंछी क्या जिंदगानी रे। विधि न तेरी कथा लिखी आंसू में कलम डूबोए। तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई। पिंजरे के पंछी रे, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई। छुप के रोने वाले रखना छिपा के दिल बिछा ले रे। छुप के रोने वाले रखना छिपा के दिल बिछा ले रे। ये पत्थर का देश है पगले, कोई न तेरा होए। तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई। पिंजरे के पंछी रे, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई, तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई।
हमारे प्रभु अवगुण चित न धरो। हमारे प्रभु अवगुण चित न धरो। समदर्शी है नाम तुम्हारो, समदर्शी है नाम तुम्हारो। चाहे पार करो हमारे प्रभु अवगुण चित न धरो। हमारे प्रभु अवगुण चित न धरो। एक नदिया एक नार कहावत मैलो नीर भयो। एक नदिया एक नार
Namaste, namaste. If we can all stand as the buddy arrived.
That people don't drive so.
By the head, yeah? Yeah, okay. After the bhajan and Ishwar Stuti, I will pass it back to you.
Yeah, and then after that, I will pass it back to you. just be mindful of what's happening to you, right?
दुख दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया, दुख दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया, जल्दी से दो सहारा मझधार में है नैया, दुख दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया। तुम बिन कोई हमारा रक्षक नहीं यहाँ पर, तुम बिन कोई हमारा रक्षक नहीं यहाँ पर, दूधा जहाँ सारा तुम सा नहीं रखैया, दुख दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया, जल्दी से दो सहारा मझधार में है नैया। दुनिया में खूब देखा आँखी पसार करके, दुनिया में खूब देखा आँखी पसार करके, साथी नहीं हमारा माँ बाप और भैया, दुख दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया। सुख के सभी है साथी दुनिया के मित्र सारे, सुख के सभी है साथी दुनिया के मित्र सारे, तेरा ही नाम प्यारा दुख दर्द से बचैया, दुख दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया, जल्दी से दो सहारा मझधार में है नैया। दुनिया में फंस के हमको हासिल हुआ न कुछ फल, दुनिया में फंस के हमको हासिल हुआ न कुछ फल, तेरा बिना हमारा कोई नहीं सुनैया, दुख दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया, जल्दी से दो सहारा मझधार में है नैया। चारों तरफ से हम पर गम की घटा है कुछ फल, चारों तरफ से हम पर गम की घटा है कुछ फल, सुख का करो उजाला प्रकाश की करैया, दुख दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया, जल्दी से दो सहारा, मझधार में है नैया। अच्छा बुरा है जैसा बाजी में राम रहता, अच्छा बुरा है जैसा बाजी में राम रहता। चारों है यहाँ तुम्हारा, सुधा लियो सुधा लियावा, दुख दूर कर हमारा, संसार के रचैया, जल्दी से दो सहारा, मझधार में है नैया, दुख दूर कर हमारा, संसार के रचैया। प्रभु जी तुम में प्रभु जी तुम मेरे हाथ न छोड़ो, प्रभु जी तुम मेरे साथ न छोड़ो, हाथ न छोड़ो साथ न छोड़ो, प्रभु जी तुम मेरे हाथ न छोड़ो, प्रभु जी तुम मेरे साथ न छोड़ो। तेरे बिना कुछ कर नहीं पाऊं, चलते चलते ठोकर खाऊं, तेरे बिना कुछ कर नहीं पाऊं, चलते चलते ठोकर खाऊं। साथ सभी का चाहे छूटे, साथ सभी का चाहे छूटे, तुम मेरे साथ न छोड़ो, प्रभु जी तुम मेरे हाथ न छोड़ो, प्रभु जी तुम मेरे साथ न छोड़ो, हाथ न छोड़ो साथ न छोड़ो, प्रभु जी तुम मेरे हाथ न छोड़ो। सुख आए तो ना तेराऊं, दुख आए तो ना घबराऊं, सुख आए तो ना तेराऊं, दुख आए तो ना घबराऊं। सुख में न भूले दुख में न भूले, सुख में न भूले दुख में न भूले, मुझसे मुख ना मोरो, प्रभु जी तुम मेरे हाथ न छोड़ो, प्रभु जी तुम मेरे साथ न छोड़ो, हाथ न छोड़ो साथ न छोड़ो, प्रभु जी तुम मेरे हाथ न छोड़ो। तू है दयामय दया की मूरत, मन में बसी है तेरी सूरत, तू है दयामय दया की मूरत, मन में बसी है तेरी सूरत। मेरे बिगड़ी अब बन जाए मेरे बिगड़ी अब बन जाए, ये मेरा विश्वास न तोड़ो प्रभु जी, तुम मेरे हाथ न छोड़ो प्रभु जी, तुम मेरे साथ न छोड़ो, हाथ न छोड़ो, साथ न छोड़ो प्रभु जी, तुम मेरे हाथ न छोड़ो प्रभु जी, तुम मेरे साथ न छोड़ो।
Justin? Yeah, so we have some limited seating, so if we have any females standing there, we'll kindly ask some gentlemen to allow them to sit until the proceedings finish. Please, thank you. You can see some ladies standing, please. Thank you. If you are standing in the sun, under the house, there is space for standing in the shade. So you could proceed to that area if you are standing in the sun.
Second one. Sound check. शरण में आए है हम तुम्हारी, दया करो हे दयालो भगवान। शरण में आए है हम तुम्हारी, दया करो हे दयालो भगवान। संभालो बिगड़ी देश हमारी, दया करो हे दयालो भगवान। ना हमें बल है ना हमें शक्ति, ना हमें साधन ना हमें भक्ति। ना हमें बल है ना हमें शक्ति, ना हमें साधन ना हमें भक्ति, ना हमें साधन ना हमें भक्ति। तुम्हारी दरस से है हम भिखारी, दया करो हे दयालो भगवान। शरण में आए है हम तुम्हारी, दया करो हे दयालो भगवान। जो तुम हो स्वामी तो हम है सेवक, जो तुम पिता हो तो हम है बालक। जो तुम हो स्वामी तो हम है सेवक, जो तुम पिता हो तो हम है बालक। जो तुम पिता हो तो हम है बालक, जो तुम हो ठाकुर तो हम पुजारी। दया करो हे दयालो भगवान। शरण में आए है हम तुम्हारी, दया करो हे दयालो भगवान। संभालो बिगड़ी देश हमारी, दया करो
At this point, we will be starting the ceremony, and we start with the Jaimala ceremony. Oh, sorry, my bad, sorry. Opening prayer by Pandit Prasad.
शन वरुणा शनो भवत वर्यमा शना इन्द्रो बृहस्पति शनो विष्णुरुक्रमा नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायु त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मा वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु मा अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति. May you, O Supreme Being, friend of all, the holiest of all and controller of the universe, be merciful unto us. May you, Almighty One, God of the universe and support of all, endow us with knowledge and power. May you, omnipresent and omnipotent being, shower your blessings all around us. We bow unto most powerful and supreme being. You alone are the omniscient one whom we feel within our hearts. We will call you and you alone the true one. Your will, as truly revealed in the Vedas, will be obeyed and preached. We will be truthful in thoughts, words, and deeds. You are our shelter. May you protect us who study and contemplate your divine nature, who speak only the truth, so that our understanding may be firm in your will and never turn away from it. Your will is truth and righteousness. That which is contrary to your will is untruth and unrighteousness. May you again shelter and protect us. O God, be merciful and grant us our prayer, for which we shall feel ever and ever grateful. Amar? Om ye devanam yajyanam manurya jayatra amritari tajnyaha Teno rasanta murugaya madaya yumam pata swastibhe sadanaha. टूट गई है माला मोती बिखर चले, दो दिन रह कर साथ जाने किधर चले। टूट गई है माला। The necklace has broken and the pearls are scattered everywhere. They have parted after being together for only a short time. Namaste to one and all. This morning, we all gathered here to say farewell to Sri Pandit Doodnath Chadee, and also to give our continued support to the family at this time of their bereavement and beyond. A light that shone very brightly for decades, a light that showed the path not only to the people of this community but across boundaries. Today, that light is no more. Pandit Ji's contributions were profound as it was diverse. He was not selective in his service for those who came to him. He served all and sundry at their time of need. Let us, who are behind here, left behind, let us try and see if we can emulate Pandit Ji's light in our own life. Because the light of God will allow us to create and experience our own bliss. Jyoti Bindu Paramatma se ऐ मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर, ओ परमानंद का अनुभव कर तू, धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से ऐ मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन। प्रभु के प्राप्त का मूल मंत्र है समपूर्ण समर्पण। ओ आत्मा चल प्रभु के साभ दे, तू सारा जीवन। ओ देख प्रभु तेरी निकट विराजे, हो देख प्रभु तेरी निकट विराजे, करने अभिवादन। ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से ऐ मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन। ज्योति बिंदु के प्रेम सिंधु में कल आज नाले। परम पिता का कौन प्राप्त बन कर तो शुभ वरताले। ओ किरण किरण को निरख नयन से। ओ किरण किरण को निरख नयन से हो जा मन में मगन। ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से ऐ मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन। अब चल कर ले। अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर तू। ओ परमानंद का अनुभव कर तू। धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से ऐ मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन। अब चल कर ले मिलन। अब चल कर ले मिलन। As we all join and pray and devote to the Divine Supreme Being, and we ask God to guide and help all of us through this very difficult time in our life. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yad Bhadram Tana Asuva. Om Hiranya Garbha Samavartatagre Bhutasya Jata Patireka Asin Sadadhara Pritavim Dhyam Utemam Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhemam. Om Ya Atmada Baladaya Sya Vishwa Upasate Prashisham Yasya Deva Yasya Chaya Amritam Yasya Mrityu Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhemam. Om Yah Pranato Nimishato Mahitvaik Indraja Jagato Babhuva Ya Ishe Yasya Dvipadas Chatushpada Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhema. Om Yena Dyaur Ugra Pritavicha Dridha Yena Swastabhitam Yena Naka Yo Antarikshe Rajaso Vimana Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhema. Om Prajapate Natvade Tanyanyo Vishwajatani parita babhuva Yatkamaste juhumastannu vastu Vayam syama pathayorainam Om Sano Bandhur Janitasa Vidhata Dhamani Veda Bhuvanani Vishwa Yatra Deva Amritamanashanas Tritaye Dhamana Dherdhayantam Om Agnenaya Supatharaye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vedwan Yuyodhyasmaja Johoranu Menu Bhuishtanti Nama Uktam Vidhema. The last mantra says, O self-effulgent being, all holy and knower of all things, lead us through the path of goodness to prosperity and knowledge, and keep us away from evil deeds. To achieve this end, may we always contemplate your divine nature and be always happy. At this time, I would like to invite Anand Singh to take over this part of the proceedings. Anandji.
Thank you, Panditji, for leading us in the Shruti there. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Anand Rameshwar Singh. My father was an active member of the Arya Samaj. And I have known Panditji for over 45 years when he got me married. And after that, over the years, we shared a close relationship. And he got my 3 kids married as well. And after returning to Trinidad, I met with him and I requested that I want to get back into the folds of the Arya Samaj. And during that time, he used to go to the Barakpur Vedic school on a Thursday to do Hawan. And he said, why don't take me there and we'll work together. And that has blossomed into us doing a monthly Hawan at our home since then to now. My wife is at a loss with what's going to happen. And he has touched our lives in so many ways. And I remember he always knew that I was really interested in Vedanta. And he called me and he said, I want you to come home with me. I have a young man coming from India. And he's teaching exactly what you want to hear. And I must say that was a transformation for me, and I can only thank Pandit Chadee and his family for that. And I came, and I met the then Brahmachari Prem, who is now our Swami Prakashananda. And that has transformed my life in so many positive ways. So I have been asked to do this because the family thought that I shared a very close relationship with Panditji. And not only that, my wife lost her parents at a very young age, and Panditji was like her father. And I think when my father passed, I never saw her cry as much as I saw her when she heard of Panditji. So that can tell you the depth of our relationship. So my purpose here, and I'm honored to be here, is to move the program along and guide you as well. So having said that, for those of you who are standing, I'm so sorry. But for those of you who are sitting, especially the male, I am a scout. And one of my mottos is think of others before yourself. So I'm saying to you, if you are sitting for quite a while and somebody is standing for so long, please ask them to sit and you stand a little bit. If you see any female standing, I think as a male, you should give that person a chance to sit. I've seen so many females standing in the hot sun. Those of you who are in the sun, you can move down to in the shade. And I do apologize. If you are thirsty because of the heat, we have water available. Be discreet when you come in. Don't disturb the proceedings. At this point, I would like to ask the Barakpur Vedic School to do the next item. And as I said before, he took me there, and I know for a fact that Panditjis started going there around the independence of Trinidad, around that time, maybe before. So that's how long he has been with the Barackpur Vedic School. And he has been there for all the events, SCA, whatever, anything that they have there, Pandit Chadee is there. He was more like a mentor, a father figure. He was everything to that school. And I think he will be missed a lot by the Barackpur Vedic School. So please, members of the Vedic School, please proceed. Next item. Thank you.
Namaste everyone. We gather today to pay our respects to our dear Panditji. On behalf of the Barackpur APS Vedic School, we the students would like to offer this bhajan in his memory. May it bring comfort to our hearts. This bhajan is entitled Utajaga Musafir. This is a reminder that one day we will all be in this situation as expressed in the bhajan. Utajaga musafir bora baye abare nakaju sovate jo jagate so pavate jo sovate so kovate Utajaga musafir bora baye abare nakaju sovate no jagate so pavate jo sovate so kovate चकनी रसिया के को रजरा और अपनी ईशा से ध्यान लगा चकनी रसिया के को रजरा और अपनी ईशा से ध्यान लगा यह प्रीतिकरण की रीति नहीं प्रभु जागत तू सोवत अत जाग मुसाफिर बोरा बये अब रैन का जो सोवत जो कंकल नाए आज कर ले जो आज करना है अब कर दे जो कंकल नाए आज कर दे जो आज करना है अब कर दे जब चिड़ियों ने चक के तलिया फिर पछताए क्या वो वत है उत जाग मुसाफिर बोरा बये अब रैन का जो सोवत है नादान भुगत करनी अपनी ऐ पापी पाप में चैन का नादान भुगत करनी अपनी ऐ पापी पाप में चैन का जब पाप की जब पाप की गठरी शीश धरी फिर शीश पकड़ क्यों रोवत है अच जाग मुसाफिर बोर भय अब रैन का जो सोवत है जो जागत है सो पावत है जो सोवत है सो कोवत है अच जाग मुसाफिर बोर भय अब रैन का जो सोवत है.
So we would like to thank you all, but I would like to ask the principal, Mrs. Lisa Bachan, to come up with your group here and share a few words. The principal of the Barpo Vedic School, and she has known Panditji for over 35 years, when she was just a teacher, I guess. I don't know if she was a principal then, but 35 years ago, I think you were a teacher, right? Thank you. Yes, sure.
Namaste, everyone, and a pleasant good morning to all of you. This is a very difficult task that I have here this morning, but nonetheless, I will do my best. As we bid farewell to Pandit this morning, we at the Barpo Vedic School reflect with deep gratitude for a life that was long, meaningful, and full of service. Pandit held the position at the Barpo Vedic School as a school's manager, as well as the resident Pandit. He has been performing Hawan at the school for just over 60 years. All right, as the chairperson told you, he started performing Hawan there the year Trinidad became an independent nation. So he has been around the Barpo Vedic School for quite a long time. He has led the district group and has been instrumental in many, many activities at the school, even before I went there in 2012. He led the district group and they had several activities ongoing. They celebrated Diwali, Christmas, very multicultural. Pandit was that sort of person. So he was very, very involved in that district group. 14 years ago, when I came to Barpo Vedic School as principal, there was much uncertainty at the school, for those of you who would have known. There were just 34 pupils, 5 members of staff, and numerous challenges. Too much to mention. Our school was under academic watch. Panditji was my biggest supporter. He always encouraged and assisted me in whatever project I was undertaking. When no one showed concern for the Barpo Vedic School, all those in authority, no one showed concern, Pandit was there. He was the constant at the school. He kept me hopeful and motivated. Every project we embarked on, Pandit was always there. He would quietly send donations. He would meet all his friends outside, all the people he would have done Hawan for. He would get donations and send it to me. I was able to backfill over 300 loads of dirt at the back of the school. And that could not have been done without his assistance. Every Diwali or major Hawan we had, he would make parsad. Auntie would cook. They would feed the children. He reminded us of the values of Dharma, kindness, humility, and devotion. Pandit's last conversation with me, 2 days before his passing, I don't know if he recognized me well enough because he was kind of not doing so well. And he told me, he said, whatever you are doing, you must do it with love and devotion. He always emphasized to the pupils the importance of love and devotion, doing things with clean hands. As you would know, whenever he comes to do Hawan at anybody's home, and he is doing those initial mantras, he would always say, whatever you are doing, you must do it with clean hands. He emphasized love and respect for parents, the responsibility for taking care of your body. Those who know Pandit knows he always took good care of his body. He would drink whatever it is he had to drink, all different potions anybody tell him. You know, his daughter would come to school and tell me, well, you know, the Pandit, he have to drink this and that and all kind of different concoctions. Every day, religiously, he would do it. And he would also exercise at his age, quite admirable. He also spoke a lot about non-violence to our pupils. His life, however, was the greatest teaching. He didn't just talk the talk, he walked the talk. When you look at him interact with his family, you look at his children, you realize that he not only spoke about these values and telling you what is right and wrong to do, he actually lived that. And his children also are a product of what he believed in. He had a strong spirit, even when he was ill, and a great sense of responsibility. He would show up even if it was difficult to do so. There was never a time we could call upon him to do Hawan, and he refused, never. He would find the time and he would be there. Pandit would dutifully come every beginning of the term when we do Hawan. To begin the new term, we always start with prayer. And he would sign those registers, all the registers. He would come into my office and sit and sign all the registers, and we will converse before leaving. We at the Barakpur Vedic School will truly miss his guidance, but the values he imparted and instilled in us will continue to grow. His wisdom and compassion guided generations of children. He was truly the epitome of humility and kindness. We are comforted in knowing that Pandit fulfilled his duty and with honor. Pandit was a blessing to our school. We pray that his soul transmits smoothly to another journey, and his family find comfort in the beautiful memories of his time spent here. You know, Pandit always said to us, don't give long speeches and flowers and all that when I die, you know. You must do these things when I'm alive. He believed in that and he lived that. And you know, the most recent was he celebrated everything with us and we with him. My entire staff was like his children. They're all young. And recently we celebrated our 70th anniversary at the Barakpur Vedic School, which he was very much a part of. And no one knew that would have been his last major celebration with us. And then his 90th birthday, which we also celebrated with him at school and at his home. Oh, it was such a grand celebration. For those of you who weren't here, it was quite a celebration to see Pandit in his glory. He was so happy. He danced and he just met everyone. It was such a beautiful experience. So I hope his beautiful soul rests in peace and the family finds comfort in the memories that he created with them. So namaste, thank you, and I do hope that Pandit's beautiful soul rests in peace. Thank you.
Panditji had a way of including these few lines in almost all of his discourses and talks that he had to give. I'll share these few lines with you. नदियाँ न पिए कभी अपना जल वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपनी फल अपनी तन का मन का धन का दूजों को दे जो दान है वो सच्चा इंसान रे इस धरती का भगवान है नदियाँ न पिए कभी अपना जल वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपनी फल says the river don't drink its own water, and the trees don't eat their own fruit. The sun doesn't shine for itself, and the flowers don't spread their fragrance for themselves. Living for others is the law of nature. Living is good when you are happy, but it is even better when others are happy because of you. In one of our many chats with Panditji, he mentioned to me that we all came into this body with a fixed number of life breaths. And as I understand it, we are aware of how much they are before our birth. But when we take birth, and we start to realize and lose that awareness, become more aware of our physical environment, we forget how much it is. Pandit Doodnath Chadee came with a destiny, and during this lifetime, he scripted his chapter with his own hands, his next destiny. In his hands, he held the pen of humility, and he filled it with the ink of love. And he wrote on the hearts of all of us stories for us to continue to live our daily lives. He did it in such a way that today we feel indeed privileged to have shared the company of his Atman. And we all hope that sometime in the future, our own Atman will reunite and meet with his. As we all know, the Atman is eternal, without beginning and without end, always existing, just changing bodies. The Atman who rented this body in front of us, rented this body to carry out flesh service to the Paramatman, to God. That Atman has come to the realization that this body is no longer able to carry out duties and responsibilities as to perform. You know, at this time, it is like him getting promoted from just being the gardener to the office in the administrative building where he has his own staff. A deserving promotion with new duties and activities. But Panditji has earned this promotion through his own efforts. And I would like to remind all the workers that he left behind in the shop floor, you too will get promoted based upon your efforts when the time is right for each one of us. Those who are left behind were happy to have shared their time with you, Panditji, and at the same time, they have become very sad to see you leave. But you have taught well. You have taught well how to carry on in your absence. अभी न जाओ छोड़ कर के दिल अभी भरा नहीं. You have just arrived, and my love, you are leaving soon. All of us who are behind, we may see a little trouble adjusting to the emptiness that is created by Panditji's absence. Remember, he taught us all that God is always within us. And whenever we have problems, God is our solution. As this passenger exits at his destination, we have to continue on our train of life. Panditji is now walking alone. Chal akela, chal akela. Tera mela picha jhuta rahi chal akela. He's walking. And all the ones near and dear to him are left behind as he is traveling all alone. I pass you back to Anand Singh Ji.
Thank you again, Panditji. So I've been listening to all the nice things being said about Pandit Chadee, and I will also let you know I could give testimony to the principal where, you know, he, since never was the wedding point in time would, well, this, and whenever I have sung, he would come and also make the prasad. And not only that, the food. What me most with him is, we were sharing food for the attendees. He would come out and share food. And I said, Pandit, he said, no, let me share. I enjoy this. And afterwards, he would eat with us. When everybody, he would sit and eat with us. So, what can we say about a soul like this? You know, it's tough. It's really tough. So, time is of the essence. We have so I've seen so many dignitaries and important people here. And if I have to give everybody a chance to speak, we would be here until this evening. So, I would just like to ask everyone who is coming to pray, say a little something nice or whatever you want to say, a little tribute to Panditji. Make it a little brief. Thank you. So next we have on the agenda is tributes by special guests, and the first person is our beloved Swamiji, Prakash. Few knows him, but those who don't, I will let you know that in village, right around the back trace, he attended the Clark Rochard Government School, very mischievous young guy. Who would have thought he'd become a Swami, eh? There's hope for all of us. So, without further ado, because of time, I would like to introduce Swamiji.
बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. Yesterday, I heard somebody saying that those who are here, they have not gone beyond, and so they don't know about Swarga and heaven, because we are still here. And those who have gone, they have not returned to tell us anything about Swarga and heaven and all that. So then he asked, I wonder who leaked the news? Because none of us know about beyond. And of course there is a little bit of sarcasm in what he said. But the message I took away from that is, really what all of us know, what is in front of us. We have an opportunity now to do something which is going to bring benefit to my life and to other people's life. We really don't know what is beyond, and means the future, and we don't know what is in the past. Nobody knows where they came from, and nobody knows where he is going. But we are here, and we have a wonderful opportunity to take a page from the life of such exemplary beings as Pandit Chadee, and to make our life better and make the world better. In the entire teaching of the Bhagavad Gita, this is what Bhagavan is teaching to Arjuna. Engage in your duty here, now, right in front of you. You have a battle to fight. But engage in that duty in such a way that you make your life better and you make society better. It is not any one-sided thing. In fact, you know, when you sit in a plane, they tell you if there is an emergency in oxygen, mask will drop. If there is a fall in cabin pressure, an oxygen mask will drop. Put on your mask first, and then put on the mask for those in your charge. So we have to make our life better, and then make the lives of other people better. And this is here, now, right in front of us. We should be thinking about that rather than thinking about the beyond and all that kind of thing. And we have great example in such great souls as Pandit Chadee. I have known him for a very long time, and it was indeed a very great pleasure to know such a person. And I think the service that he has done for this community, and service he has done for this nation, and for the Arya Samaj, and the people of Trinidad and Tobago is immeasurable. Nobody will be able to gauge that properly. So much work he has done. And if we want to talk about the beyond, in Bhagavad Gita in the 6th chapter, Bhagavan Shri Krishna has leaked the news. He says, Athava yoginameva kule bhavati dhimatam. For people like this, if they are born in this world again, they are born in the families of great yogis, great scholars, great and exemplary human beings. They are born in those families, and they continue the work where they had left off. So this is Bhagwan Shri Krishna revealing to all of us. All right. I wish that the family will gain the peace of mind and maintain their tranquility and joy. Given Pandit Prasadji was telling that the Atman never dies. It goes on changing bodies. It goes from one place to the next. He is deathless. Please remember that. He is deathless, never dies. And he'll continue on his journey until he merges with Paramatma, Supreme Atma. Take consolation in this, and we do hope that everybody will have peace of mind in the teachings of the Shastras like this. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai.
Thank you, Swamiji, for not only bringing tribute, but also giving us some teaching at the same time. Always teaching us to be better. So next, we have Pandit Hansraj Prasad, who is with Vedic Mission. I have known him since he was young, which that means making me old as well, right? But he has known Panditji for over 50 years, and actually Panditji introduced me to you all and quite a long time ago, maybe over 30 years ago. And it's nice to see you here again. I didn't make you out because I know you're a young guy. You're getting like me now. So without any further, please come and give your tribute. Welcome. Thank you.
Om Verahametam Purusham Mahantam Adityavarnam Tamasa Parastad Tameva Viditva Timaratameti Nanya Pantha Vidyatena Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Our beloved Swamiji Prakashananda, Revered Pandits of the Arya Samaj, members of the Biri family, the Chadee family, brothers and sisters, Supreme Sara Namaste. Today, we all assemble here to witness the anti-Ishi Sanskar of the late Pandit Doodnath Chadee. As it's really a difficult situation to be standing here because I have known him for quite a long while. As the chair said, maybe 50 years or so. And actually we had a very, very close relation. On behalf of the Vedic Mission of Trinidad and Tobago, my family and myself, sincere condolences to the family, the Chadee family. Also, I want to endorse all the sentiment expressed by the principal of the Vedic school, Barakpur Vedic School. I think she said everything that we need to know about Panditji, who was really a totally dedicated person towards Dharma, and he lived a dharmic life. So in the essence of time, I would like to refer to the camp and the camping days. I too was also involved in the camping days, and Pandit, he really had total dedication towards the camp for one reason, for the upliftment of the youth, discipline and education. And in so doing, in the daily activities, I observe Pandit would get up very early in the morning before all the students get up, and he would be chanting mantras. And after the mantras, he would perform what you call yoga asanas. So I was very attracted to the mantra in particular that he was chanting. And Pandit, he gave me those mantras. And actually those mantras are what you call morning adoration, which is Prataragni. Pratarignam, Pratarindam, Havamahe, Prata Mitra, Varana, Ashina, and etc. It's a very, very, about 6 mantras, very, very beautiful to chant in the morning. Pandit Ji was responsible for me in learning those particular mantras. I want to say that Pandit Ji, he has left a great legacy behind, a legacy of love, commitment, duty, and dharma. I think we can follow from his example. He has left a legacy of his dharmapatni, his sons and daughters, whom also I know from very, very at a tender age. And the Pandit has really grown up his family to be a very disciplined and loving family. And this is the experience that I have, and I'm certain this is the experience each and every one of us have. So at this point, I want to be short. I want to quote from the pamphlet that we all receive. There's a mantra that explains life and death. And this mantra is from the Rochard, and it says, if you look to the back of your pamphlet, you can see it. It says, Om Vayur Anilam Amritam Athenam Basmantam Shariram Om Kratosmara Kritam Smara. What it really tells us that it is like God speaking to us and informing us and educating us and telling us that Om mean God, that's supreme being. Vayur mean that wind-like soul. Anilam mean immaterial. Amritam, deathless. Athiram, bhasmantam, shariram. The word shariram is body. Bhasmantam means it ends in ashes. You say, but this body ends up in ashes. You say, Om Kratosmara Kritam Smara. Kratosmara Kritam Smara. What it says here, O active soul, remember God, remember Him for courage, and remember Him for your deeds. To summarize this mantra, it says that, O man, the soul is not material, and so cannot be destroyed like the body. It is immortal and eternal, while the body ends in ashes. Therefore, O man, remember that Supreme Being Om always, and recall your past actions, and in this way you shall gain the goal of life, that is liberation and emancipation. And as we know, the goal of Sanatana Dharma, or the goal of Hinduism, that goal is moksha, or emancipation. So, as I end, may Paramatma richly bless this family, and may He continue to give them that strength and courage as this life journey goes on. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you, Panditji, for sharing that wonderful message to us. And so there are some sides of Panditji some of you may not know. And he was always open to anything spirituality, in spirituality. And he was a very open person, never criticizing anything. That's from my experience with him. So at this point now, he had a favorite hymn that he loved. And it's, what a friend we have in Jesus. So to have that friend that I would like to call on the neighbors who would sing it for Marsha, Cindy, Vida, and Lisa. Are they here? Okay, please come. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. This morning, as we say goodbye to a very special person in all our lives, I just want to say condolences to Auntie, my second mother, Nala and Mitra Ami, Nila, Sarish, Shiana and Jana, and the rest of the family. We truly live more like family instead of neighbors. Uncle, I thank you for. We just want to pay tribute to him in this song. What a friend we have in Jesus.
All our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. Have we trials and temptations? Is there trouble anywhere? We should never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Can we find a friend so faithful who will all our sorrows share? Jesus knows our every weakness. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Take it to the Lord in prayer.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And so we saw something that we didn't expect, right? But I see a lot of you all singing along, so which means that you all enjoy that. So now we'd like to call on Sarah Bridgelal for a little poem. Sarah Bridgelal.
Hari Om. I stand before you today with a grateful heart on behalf of the entire Ramsubag family and by extension the community of Rochard Road to pay tribute to a life that will never fade. Pandit Chadee was perhaps the most learned practitioner of the Vedas in our entire community. He was our teacher and our guide. And I can't help but imagine him as a small boy growing up in this humble community. And I wonder how it was possible for him to live a life of such peacefulness and purpose. And I recognize that this is because instead of choosing a life of comfort, he chose a life of discipline. Every day he shaped his life through continuous learning, through self-discipline, and through quiet devotion. And it leaves us that message that we too can achieve a life of peacefulness and purpose if we embody his qualities. So thank you, Pandit Chadee. Your memory will live on, and your message remains that true greatness is something that is not given to you, but it is built through faith, through discipline, and through continuously searching for the truth. This poem is called A Life of Light. From the sacred whispers of the Vedas, he shaped his days, not in noise, but in truth. He was learned, yet never loud, firm in conviction, yet gentle in speech. The fire he tended was not only upon the altar, but within the hearts of those who gathered at his feet. His home, not merely walls and a roof, but a gurukul of the spirit, a refuge for questioning minds, a place where sacred chants rose like dawn breaking over still waters. He taught not only from scripture, but by example, that truth is fearless, that service is sacred, that knowledge must bow to humility. Hari Om.
Thank you so much. And at this point, I will have to take the mic. So, the next person I have is Mr. Balram Ramdial, popularly known as Bob. And how long that relationship with Pandit Chadee, I'll tell you. 87 years. Some of us don't have friends for 5 years, and after that something will turn up and like milk and turn it to dahi, you know. So, but in this case, 87 years and it's still milk. So let's pass it on to Bob. Oh, very good. I was told I have to bring it to you.
Just ask my son. Vanan, will you come, please?
After that, Panditji will take over until the bodies leave here. This side is good?
Yeah. Namaste. I acknowledge the divinity in all. It is very emotional for me today. And I would curtail much of what I have to say very shortly. Pandit Chadee is a Vedic Pandit. And he was the backbone of religious knowledge and intensity in the promotion of Vedic culture through the organization called the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha. He lived the life truly of a Pandit. And today I witness many of my colleagues, because I was in that association since 1959. I won't go into it today, and I won't mix politics today. Today we mourn the death of Pandit Doodnath Chadee, who passed away quietly at home a few days ago. We share the family loss. Swami Dayanand Saraswati, in his book Satyarak Prakash, The Light of Truth, wrote that man should live 100 active years in 4 stages. Pandit Chadee lived through 3 complete stages. But during the 4th stage, after celebrating a momentous 90th birthday, the cold hands of death took him away. I would not go much in detail, but in my script, but I want to be short, we are short of time. My association with him brought me closer to God, the Almighty Being. It is unique, but I can tell you, put God first in everything. Give him praise when your eyes open from your sleep. And when you go to bed, recognize what he has done for you for the day. That is the secret of long life. Do not forget that. I had to script, but I will bypass that. Pandit Chadee was our family Pandit and my guru. That tells you a lot, that word guru. How many of you here who attended have a guru? A teacher with experience, especially in the aesthetics and towards God. Not the daily guru who teaches you how much money you could make and how much you could spend. The guru for your intellectual ability. I end my with a quotation from a poem entitled The Psalm of Life by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime. And departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. He has taught us the lesson. Thank you very much.
तुम न जाने किस जहां में खो गए हम भरी दुनिया में तन्हा हो गए तुम न जाने किस जहां में खो गए I know you have passed on, but I do not know the realm where you have hidden yourself. In passing, I now feel very lonely in this big, wide world. मौत भी आती नहीं रात भी जाती नहीं दिल को ये क्या हो गया कोई सह बाती नहीं लूट कर मेरा जहां चुप गए हो तुम कहाँ तुम कहाँ तुम कहाँ तुम कहाँ तुम न जाने किस जहां में खो गए Well, it says, I am unable to die because of the hopes of once more seeing you keeps me alive. I don't know what is happening deep down inside of me, for nothing appeals to me anymore. When you left by way of dying, you ruined everything for me. Oh, my dear one, where are you? Tum kahan, tum kahan. And this bhajan tells us a very realistic story आज सुनो हम गीत वेदा का गा रहे, दो दुखियारे पंछी बिछड़े जा रहे। आज सुनो हम गीत विदा का गा रहे, दो दुखियारे पंछी बिछड़े जा रहे। बहुत दिनों के साथ हाय जुदा होते, गुमसुम आखरियों में आंसू आ रहे। आज सुनो हम गीत विदा का गा रहे, दो दुखियारे पंछी बिछड़े जा रहे। What it says very interestingly is, listen to a song of farewell as we sing today. Two unhappy birds. But these two birds have various relationships. The Atman of the husband, Pandit, and the Atman of his Dharam Patni, his Dulahin. Also, the Atman and his body and the Jeev, that's a relationship. And the third one is his Atman with the divine supreme Paramatman. So at three levels, the Atman, the same Atman that existed in his body, is having different relationships with different roles. अलग अलग राहों पर चल दिए दो प्राणी, निर्दय जग इनकी पीर नहीं जानी। आज पुरानी सुख के दिन याद आ रहे, दो दुखियारे पंछी बिछड़े जा रहे। आज सुनो हम गीत विदा का गा रहे, दो दुखियारे पंछी बिछड़े जा रहे, दो दुखियारे पंछी बिछड़े जा रहे। At this time, we have the children of Pandit Ji, who is going to extend their own heartfelt feelings and their relationship with their dad. Invite the three children, please, Amar, Nalini, and Mitra.
अमृतम अतिधम भस्मांतम शरीरम ओम क्रतो स्मर क्लीवे स्मर कृतम स्मर. In the Yajurveda it says, the translation says, O soul, at the time of death, think of Om, think of God for courage. Think of your deeds. Our soul is immortal, but our material coil will be returned to its elements. Om Krato Smara, Om Klive Smara, Om Kritam Smara. You want to start? So as you could see, we're not like our dad loved the microphone. We all are very shy of that.
See, they put the youngest in the hot spot. All right, namaste. And first of all, I'd like to say a very, very heartfelt thank you to each of you who found the time, took the time to be here to share in this Anteshti Sanskar for my father, for Papa. You know, I don't, during the month of December, he was ill. He was at the hospital. And even there, he started to prepare us for today. So he and Amar and my mom, they had back and forth. I don't want to wake, and you will carry my body to the funeral home, and we'll do the service. And so he wanted nothing at home, simply because he did not want to be an inconvenience to his children. He did not want to be a burden. He knew the kind of work and preparation it took to host a function, because in his 90 years, he would have spent maybe at least 70 of those shouldering responsibility. At the age of 14, he became a father to his siblings. His brother was just 1.5 years old. His sister was 3. And the others just went up by 1.5 years. He toiled. He worked many, many, many jobs, construction, in the forests. Then he moved on. He worked as an upholsterer. He got a job at the Ministry of Works and rode his bicycle every morning, 5 days a week. At 4 a.m., he left home and reached as far. For those of you who know where Avocat is, that is the ride the man made. He rode back to his home. He would take a rest, and he rested in an interesting way. We had wooden benches, and for the older people, you would know what benches long ago was. It had no backrest, so it was a flat, it was like a small bed. And he would lie on that bench near to a post and prop his 2 feet up. That's how he rested. He got up from there. He would go to the garden. And being the youngest, of course, these two not tagging along like me. So I was entrusted with the big bottles of black eye body seed and gub gub. Right? So he is in front making the holes. Now I am probably just about 4. So of course this bottle looking like one big jar, and like, when I go finish? So what I used to do was I'd put as he's going, and every time I do maybe 5 holes, I'll fill my hand, throw it behind my shoulder. Of course, he knew what I was doing because the seeds can't finish that quickly. But never once he said, "What you doing? Why you throwing away the seed?" No. He knew that, and he always let us self-correct. He was a man who gave his children free will and choice. He taught you, he led you, he guided. But never once he said, "You need to follow in my footsteps." Never once he said, "Don't do that." He was a man of few words. Now, if you know him a little, and if you come by us often, you will see piles of newspaper. Just ask Danny and Suki where they get their supply of old newspaper. And his siblings could attest to this. From when they were children, youngsters, he always read. I have never met, and I am a teacher, a more voracious reader than my father. He read from a calendar if he had nothing to read. He read the scriptures, and he put my mother and I to listen to the tales of Shakespeare and Miguel Street during COVID. We had read aloud, so Pandit sitting, and we in the hammock, and you better be listening, because he is pulling up on you. What did I just, he's commenting. But the newspaper, that held a very, very special place. So while he worked and he rode his bicycle, he would always bring home one newspaper or two newspapers. The Guardian was too big. Back then it was this tall. But the Express was a smaller newspaper. So we got into the habit of reading that. And up to recently, he was telling someone, my children learned to read the newspaper at a very young age. And I am very grateful that we were exposed to literature at that age, because as an educator, I know what immersion in literacy is. So we didn't do Jolly Phonics. We read the Express. Yes. And he always said, the teachers, when he go, because he was the person who went to school with us, Parents' Day. Well, that we were happy for, because if your mother go, well, it's a different story. And I can remember I was in infants, first year probably, and a boy stuck me in my eye. He was with a lolly, a pallet stick. And I probably had a streak of violence. I bit the boy. And my teacher, Miss Sukal, called him and said, "Mr. Chadee, I don't know what is happening to Nalini, but she bit this boy. You will speak with her." No, he didn't say anything. We came home on the bicycle. I am sitting on the bar, and he is bringing me home. Oh, I was the privileged one. I didn't have to walk home. The bicycle brought me home. And never once he said, "What you did was wrong." But I think I was so embarrassed by him not saying anything to me, I self-corrected. So I was telling you about the newspaper. Not too long ago, a Saturday morning, because every morning before I go to school, I buy 2 newspapers so they can interchange. That comes at home before 8 o'clock. So a Saturday morning, I'm doing my chores, and of course I didn't get time to shower to go for this newspaper. So he's telling my mother, she ain't gone for the papers yet? So she said, no, she is doing whatever. Oh, well, I'll buy a bicycle and ride down the road and get my own papers from now. Mind you, bicycle was non-existent at that time. That's just a couple years ago, right? But he had this newspaper, it was a must. It must be there. So that's to tell you how much he read. And if the newspaper was late, he read on yesterday's news, right? My father sacrificed, and he sacrificed a lot. When you say someone who sacrificed, that's his life. He gave up all his dreams to ensure that his siblings were in a better place, and later on, his children were also in a better place. Education was tantamount in his home. I can remember in 1992, I was doing A-levels, and a new geography book came out by David Waugh, first edition, and it was the recommended text at that time. The cost of that, we're looking at 34 years ago, if my math is correct. The cost of that book was $385. I came home and I told him, Papa, I need a book. And he said, okay, what's the name? Never once. He went to RIK, he bought the book. But you know the price is stuck on the book. I don't know where he got the money, but he made sure that we always had every single book that we needed for school. He ensured that we went to school almost every day. The only time you get to stay home is if you are sick and you can't walk to school. And up to now, he was ill. And some mornings I would go in later. And you know what? He would look at me, you still home? Meaning, how are you at home, and why are you not at work? Oh, and he told us, one day, I don't know what we were bossing him around to do, maybe to drink and show or something. I don't know why I told him to go to work, you know. So he could have his way with my mother. She has to listen, right? He find they're not listening to what I say, and they want to tell me what to do. But he spent so much of his time molding the community and the wider communities. We shared our father. Many a birthday was spent with him doing Hawan somewhere else. Many other family occasions were missed by him because he was of service to others. When you talk about the embodiment of service, that's Pandit Chadee. You talk about humility, that's Pandit Chadee. Last night, he would be a villager, was telling me, he said there was a death, and the family went to get the Pandit. When they went there, that Pandit was nowhere to be found. And I believe it's the police inspector or somebody told them, go to Pandit Chadee. He would never refuse to do a service. Lo and behold, he went, and the gentleman went on to tell me he never once asked for anything in return. That was the nature of that man. Last year, during Guru Purnima, we had about 20 of his godchildren came, and I still remember what one of them said. He said, every Pandit, you have to give them a dakshina. He said, Pandit Chadee is the only Pandit brings a dakshina to his chela. That was a given, charitable person. That was my father. Those are the qualities that I hope I could emulate, that I really hope that the lives of everyone that he touched, that if you take one iota of what he did with the life he led, we will all be better people, we'll have better communities, better societies, better countries, and a better world. Let us all walk in his light and his love. You see, when you came in, if you looked at his smile, that should tell you everything. He always had a gentle smile. And I would read this, a reflection that one of my cousins did. She put it on her status. And I think it reflects that of all our cousins. Today we say goodbye to Mamu, whether you call him Mamu or Dada. The closest thing we had to a father, the pillar of our family. He showed up for everyone, always putting family first, always leading with love. The lessons he taught, the values he lived by, and the way he held us together will stay with me forever. My heart is broken, but I am so grateful that I had him in my life. All the beautiful childhood memories of our summer together, she means the Nilagoon, playing mud fight. Grateful for his advice, his laughter, his presence, and the unconditional love he gave so freely. Our family will never be the same again without him, but his legacy lives on in each of us. Rest peacefully, Mamu. I love you always and will carry you with me every single day.
Namaste. I'm the middle child, so we always get squeezed out. So you I don't want to add much to what my sister said because she said it just the way we all would have. I prepared a speech, but I would not be reading it. I would just read one part of it. Because we're in Vedic Dharma, we believe in our Gawan, reincarnation. Coming and going. For us humans, if I had to choose a father in my future births, I pray you be my father always. Thank you.
Namaste, everyone. My father always had a famous, he was always quoting from the scriptures. Matre Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava. I pay obeisance to my mother and to those before her. I pay obeisance to my father and those before him. I pay obeisance to his guru and all his teachers, all his gurus, especially Pandit Rameshwar Shastri, a great Pandit who really made my father and gave him all this Vedic knowledge, his knowledge of Sanskrit. I pay obeisance to Pandit Rameshwar Shastri, a great soul, and to those before him. He was taught by the saints and sages. I pay obeisance to all the saints and sages. And to you, all my fellow travelers, Atiti Devo Bhava, all the guests, we are all travelers and guests of this world. And I pay obeisance to you, O Lord. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
as parents, we all have this one wish. It's in two parts, really. One wish that our children will be in a better off position than us, more educated, be more comfortable in their lives. And the second part of that is that as parents, when we are not here, we hope and we pray that our children will love one another, look out for one another, help one another, and assist them whenever they are in any kind of problems or situations. As parents, we wish for that. Panditji has instilled that kind of wisdom in his children, that they will be aware that they have to continue to be of service to their mother, who is still with them, and them children. हमने तुझको प्यार किया है जितना, कौन करेगा इतना, कौन करेगा इतना. Who would love you more than your parents or children? I have loved you enough that you can use that love for the rest of your life. कल रहा सो आज ना, और आज है सो अब नहीं, चक्र यह संसार का घूमत सदा इसी बात ही. Everything is fleeting and is perishable. What was yesterday is no longer today, or what is today is no longer now. Therefore, unendingly, the wheel of the world keeps revolving. For this world is like a plant. It is at one time blossoming and bearing fruit, and at the other it withers, only to be born again. We all reincarnate. That is our teachings, that is our understanding, that is our philosophy. The soul will take a new body based upon the consequences of the karmas, his own actions that he did. At this time, we will allow for some viewing. The family, there is some flowers. I would like to make one request. The family has placed a garland on Panditji. We would like to, when you place your flowers, is to put it on that space outside of the garland, please. We would like to, family would like to have that space within the garland reserved as their private space, so to speak, for their dad.
And only the flowers from these baskets, no other flowers.
Right. So we have flowers at this in the baskets here, and these are the flowers will be distributed to each one of you who would like to place a flower as your farewell to Panditji. So the baskets will be up in front here. We would like to go in a clockwise direction, so we move this way, so we start and come across. I will begin, the family will begin, we'll start that way, and while I chant some mantras, and then we will continue to come up and pay your last respects and your farewell to Panditji. Namaste Satete Jagat Karanaya Namaste Chite Sarvalokasharaya Namo Dvaitatavaya Mukti Pradaya Namo Brahmane Vyapine Shashvataya Tvamekam Sharanyam Tvamekam Varenyam Tvamekam Jagatpalakam Swaprakasham. You all invited to pay your last respects. I'll continue. Bhayanam bhayam bhishanam bhishananam gati praninam pavanam pavananam Mahochay padanam niyantri tvamekam paresham paramarakshanam rakshananam Vayam tvam smaramo vayam tvam bhajamo Vayam tvam jagat sakshirupam namama Sadekam nidhanam niralam bhavesham Bhavam bodhipotam sharanyam vrajama Natasya kaschet patirasti loke Nacheschitanaiva chatasya lingam Sakaranam karanadhipadhipo Nachasya kaschet janita nachadhipa. I know the traffic is a little bit tight, so we take your time. And some of us have to move a little bit slower than others. Please have patience. Natasya kaschet patirasti loke Nacheschitanaiva chatasya lingam Sakaranam karanadhipadhipo Nachasya kaschit janita nachadhipa
अंधेरे में है हम इंसान ज्ञान का सूरत चमकारे भगवान आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान ज्ञान का सूरत चमकारे भगवान आ भटक रहे हमें राह दिखा रे भगवान राह दिखा रे भटक रहे हमें राह दिखा रे भगवान राह दिखा रे करम करम पर किरण बिखारी भगवान किरण बिखारी इन यखियन को प्रभु कराधे इन यखियन को प्रभु कराधे ज्योति से पहचान ज्योति से पहचान आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान ज्ञान का सूरत चमकारे भगवान। आ आ आ हम तो है संस्थान तिहारे, प्रभु संस्थान तिहारे। हम तो है संस्थान तिहारे, प्रभु संस्थान तिहारे। तेरी ढया पर हम अधिकारे, प्रभु है हम अधिकारे। दुनिया होवे सुखे हमारा, दुनिया होवे सुखे हमारा। ऐसा रे भरधान, ऐसा रे भरधान। आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरत चमकारे भगवान। आ आ हे जगत पिता भगवान, हमेरो ज्ञान तू ईश्वर प्यारा। दुनिया में एक सहारा, हे जगत पिता भगवान, हमेरो ज्ञान तू ईश्वर प्यारा। दुनिया में एक सहारा। बचपन में होश न आया है, जो भन में पाप कमाया है। अब जाओ कहाँ विषयों ने मुझको मारा। दुनिया में एक सहारा, हे जगत पिता भगवान, हमेरो ज्ञान तू ईश्वर प्यारा। दुनिया में एक सहारा। पापों से भगवन हमें बचा, वेरों का सच्चा भक्त बना। पापों से भगवन हमें बचा, वेरों का सच्चा भक्त बना। पाखंड झूठ से भीते खरे की नारा। दुनिया में एक सहारा, हे जगत पिता भगवान, हमेरो ज्ञान तू ईश्वर प्यारा। दुनिया में एक सहारा। दिल मेरा तो यह कहता है, तो मन मंदिर में रहता है। दिल मेरा तो यह कहता है, तो मन मंदिर में रहता है। दिन रात भक्त में भीते खरे किनारा। दुनिया में एक सहारा, हे जगत पिता भगवान, हमेरो ज्ञान तू ईश्वर प्यारा। दुनिया में एक सहारा। मझधार में है बेरा मेरा, कृपा करो असरा है तेरा। नंदलाल पाप में भेरा मेरा, कृपा करो असरा है तेरा। नंदलाल पाप में भीते खरे किनारा। दुनिया में एक सहारा हे जगत पिता भगवान हमीरो ज्ञान तू ईश्वर प्यारा दुनिया में एक सहारा दुनिया में एक सहारा दुनिया में एक सहारा. So on behalf of the wider range in the community, we commend the family for their service, for the arrangement for the wake and the funeral, and everything has been done with great honor and respect. And I could remind you all that this gentleman was the most disciplined gentleman in our whole country. May God bless his soul. May God bless his Dharam Patni, his children, and all the Pandits, all those who came and offered their service. Thank you all very much, and God bless you.
in honor of our dearly departed Pandit, who has been performing Hawan at our school, as you know, since 1965. And this bhajan is a special bhajan to Pandit because every time he did Hawan at our district group, he would sing it, we would sing it at the end. And I know this bhajan will bring many fun memories to all the members of the Barapur APS Hawan group. And so Pandit, Chadee, this bhajan is for you today.
मानसिक बल दीजिए वेर की का वेर चाहे सत्य को धारण करे हर्ष में हो मग्न सारे शोक सागर से तरे अश्वमेधा देख रचाए पर उपकार को धर्म मर्यादा चला कर लाभरे संसार को नित्य श्रद्धा भक्ति से यजारी हम करते रहे रोग पीड़ित विश्व के संताप सब हरते भावमिति हमारा प्रेम पत विस्तार हो ईरन मम का सार तक प्रत्येक में व्यवहार हो हाथ जोड़ झुकाए मस्तक वंदना हम कर रहे नाथ करुणा रूप करुणा आपकी सब यश रूप प्रभु हमारे भाव उज्ज्वल कीजिए छोड़ देवे छल कपट को मानसिक बल दीजिए प्रभु मानसिक बल दीजिए प्रभु मानसिक बल दीजिए
again would like to have this flower, we still have some flowers here. There are one person who the family would like to have come here to pay the last respects because they need some assistance and we will see how best we can facilitate.
Chadee from his home and lifted from his chest to the final place of his rest. I find all of you to stand. For those of you who can hear me, I hope you can. And I would ask those who will assist to take Pandit out from here to come forward now so that we can do so. And while I sing a bhajan, we can take Pandit out with the singing of the bhajan. आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला दो दिन की जिंदगी है दो दिन का मेला आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला दो दिन की जिंदगी है दो दिन का मेला जिनके लिए है तूने महल सजाए मतलब की यार सारे सभी है पराए जिनके लिए है तूने महल सजाए मतलब की यार सारे सभी है पराए जिनके लिए है दुख झेला दो दिन की जिंदगी है दो दिन का मेला जाए भी अकेला दो दिन की जिंदगी है दो दिन का मेला. At this time I'd like all of you to join with me in a prayer as Mata Shapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva